Hip hop hands.
Hip hop anonymous.
Hippopotamus.
You want anything to drink?
Sure. What you got?
Just water, really.
All right, I'll take water. Yeah, it's snowing up in New York right now. It snowed a little bit yesterday, a little bit today. It's like 18 degrees. Fuck, bro. Yeah, it was down like the last few days have been down in the range of like 16 to 20. So that's why I'm here.
Ain't gonna be working in that weather.
Yep. So I'm here doing everything. Doing the damn thing. And then I'm going to Costa Rica.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Costa Rica next week.
I don't know if you can tell, but I've been like trying to recover from fucking like I don't know, possibly COVID. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like week 2.
Week 2 of just what, like congestion, stuffiness.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it ain't COVID, brother.
Well, I'm on the other side of it.
Yeah.
But you know.
Do you think there'll be some sort of a COVID outbreak this year, though? Most likely to coincide with the election. That's just my belief.
It'll be nice having a new COVID.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Always enjoy a fresh new disease.
Yeah, especially the way it mixes with politics.
Mm.
We need that, you know?
Yeah. You know, whoever cures it has my vote.
Okay. I think that's what Bill Gates is working on or something. I don't know.
Today I am joined by a good friend of mine, Renda Ryder, artist, muralist, freestylist, handwritten art, I don't know what the word would be, muralist.
Yep, all those words. I like them all.
And amazing human.
Thank you.
And I'm always repping your gear on the show.
You are, I like that.
And in my daily life as well.
Uh-huh.
And I get a lot of compliments on it. And I'm like, yeah, check out his stuff. I'm always sending people your way.
Heck yeah. I like that. Word of mouth. I'm repping too. I got the smaller version.
I took one of your shirts. I think one of the old ones that I've had for the long time was like the white one.
Yeah.
The collar started to shrink up on me, so I cut it all out. And now it just looks like I look very like I don't know. I look like I live in Brooklyn.
Then come visit. Come visit and wear that.
I will. I'll fit right in.
Yeah.
But I'm not going up there now. Not with your cold weather bullshit.
No, you're gonna have to wait a few months. It's gonna be cold for a while.
I've been in New York for 2 of the seasons. Summertime and fall. But I've not been there for winter.
Yeah, winter's a little tough, man.
I mean, it was a little, like, there was some snow flurry and slush on the ground, but there was nothing like full snow.
Yeah. I haven't even experienced a real full snow, though, in a while. The winters have been light, thanks to global warming, I guess.
Sweet. It's all working out.
Yeah.
We got new diseases, new hot earth.
Hot earth.
Hot earth. That's it just needs a rebrand. Not global warming.
Right.
We're going with like, hot earth.
Bikram earth. Right?
Bikram?
Yeah.
It took me a second. I'm like, Bikram. Yoga.
You know Bikram. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just get ready for Hot Earth. Hot Earth Theory.
Coming to a planet near you.
Hot Earth Summer. Hot Girl Summer.
So what makes this the alligator couch? Is it just the presence of the alligator on the couch?
Look at this leather.
It's made of alligator?
See the little squares. See the skin. It's the flesh.
I think I get it now.
Yeah. It doesn't like really pick up on camera, but when you actually like sit here and look at it, you're like, is this? Yeah, it is.
It's either alligator or crocodile.
Well, crocodiles.
One of the two.
Depends on where it's from, but they're usually like very bumpy. You can
Crocodiles are grown in a particular place in France, right?
Exactly.
So it makes them
the Loire Valley.
Okay.
It's also where they have all the good wine. And the alligators protect the wine, obviously.
Yeah. It's an ecosystem. Symbiotic ecosystem of sorts.
Yeah, Hot Earth Summer.
Yeah. Coming this winter.
You know, I was joking about it on one of the previous episodes. I'm like, I kind of want to go out and catch all these invasive species that we seem to collect and just bring them to other places so that they know what it's like. And just make everywhere Florida.
Yeah. Could be a business.
Oh, yeah. We can, how would you, Floridaize? Floridify.
Fluidify the world.
Floridify the world.
Yeah.
They don't know that we're coming.
They'll never see it coming.
They'll never see it coming. So what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, I've been, kind of up to the same stuff I'm usually up to, making art, traveling, aggressively promoting myself on all relevant social media networks.
Meeting amazing hip-hop celebrities.
Yes, meeting a lot of famous hip-hop people, and in the last 2 months, I met and gave my art to 50 Cent,
Damn.
LL Cool J, Snoop Dogg, and Busta Rhymes.
That's amazing. And
so
you've met Busta before, haven't you?
Yeah, well, yes and no. Like I met Busta like a month ago at this event in Long Island where he was doing like a meet and greet.
Oh, nice.
And it was like part of the promotion for his brand new album. It's called Blockbuster. So the album just came out, so he's been doing a tour to promote that. So I went to this record store in Long Island. I bought his album. He autographed it, and I gave him my art, the handwritten art tribute to hip hop, which is just a collection of names of rappers. So I gave that to him. But technically, that was my second time meeting him. But the first time I met him was over 20 years ago. It was before I even became like an artist. Yeah, I worked at his record label.
I saw that. Really?
Yeah.
I saw that picture of you, like young Renda, that you posted the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's young Renda.
Such a little baby.
I think I was probably 23, maybe. I was probably like 23 years old in that picture.
How old are you now?
I'm 45.
You don't look like it, man.
Thank you.
You look older.
You got me.
No, you have an amazing youth about you. No matter, like, I think you could be full, like, white hair and bald, and you would still have the energy of, a young man.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you do what you love,
Yeah.
If you're doing what you love and you're genuinely happy, at least for the majority of your days, it'll keep you young. It definitely does.
Today has not been a very happy day for me. Like, I was supposed to go do improv, and I've just been, I don't know, in kind of a funk, in a mood, and
Oh, so you didn't go at all at 6? You didn't go?
I didn't do anything. I've just been bummed out.
Okay. Anything particular bumming you, or just
like I had this feeling that I was getting things on the right track about like getting a new vehicle because my vehicle's broken, and I recently returned a truck. I was using a service called Vroom, and don't use them, they suck. And they give you a 7-day grace period to see if you like the vehicle, and I was like, I kind of want something with more features.
Yeah.
So I made that process happen, and they didn't even call me to let me know that my vehicle wasn't available because I did everything on the phone with the, like I picked my new vehicle on the website and everything. So when they came to pick up my vehicle, they didn't have anything to drop off. I'm like, wait a minute, like I have no wheels right now.
Yeah.
And kind of just, it's been, I just feel sour about it, so I'm not going to use that service to get a truck now. I'm just going to go with like Carvana, and I've already had like good luck in searching for something in my price range with the stuff that I want, so.
Carvana?
Yeah.
You used them in the past?
No, this is the first time, but I was trying to use Vroom, and because I've went to every Ford dealership, and like I've been looking around for different opportunities for vehicles, and
yeah,
I'm tired of going places where they don't have the availability, and it's just like, all right, I'll go to the internet, they'll say that they have it or they won't.
Yeah.
But when
I got a friend that just opened up a used car dealership in Hollywood called Cars and Co. Cars and Company. I could connect you with them if you want. I don't know.
I'm trying to get a hybrid truck. I was driving a Ford Maverick with like 100 miles on it. I liked it.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the vehicle that I want to go with into the future. Because I've had that. You've seen my old Kia. I've had that thing since 2011.
Yeah.
But whatever. I've just been like pissed off about it. About, you know, I guess me not doing my due diligence. Mad at myself.
I feel you. It happens.
Yeah. And haven't been doing the editing for this, even though like I've made a lot of progress. It's just like every time I get a little bit further, I get more content to record and things start to like get staggered back. I need like more people on the team. I need somebody who is good at editing and doesn't take 2 weeks to make a video.
Yeah. I think the world needs a lot of more editors. I feel like everybody has stuff to edit now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of content.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've just been getting out of my funk. That's where I'm at.
You're on your way out of the funk.
Yeah. Both like mentally, spiritually, and physically. Like I'm on the mend, getting better.
Maybe you need a Cambo session. Are you familiar with Cambo?
Oh, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, bro. I know a girl that does it here in Miami.
Who?
Her name, I believe, is Claudia.
Is she a little blonde chick?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll look her up again on Facebook and I'll get you her info for sure. But like she travels a lot and she's not even in Miami a lot, and then she only does Cambo like at certain times and stuff. But point is, she's doing it like now, like this week. Like I saw her post something on Facebook saying like, I'm in Miami, I'm doing Cambo sessions. It's like $100 or something.
Shit.
But do you know what Cambo is?
Yeah, it's toad venom.
Yeah. So
they do little scars on your skin.
Yeah, they'll do like 4 dots or even like up to 8. They burn a hole in your skin. They put the frog venom in the burnt hole.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I've got tattoos. I'm no stranger to, like, mutilations.
Yeah, it's a mutilation of sort, but it's a purification, you know? It's a puring, a cleansing.
Yeah.
I did it, I think, twice.
I've done ayahuasca, and I've done peyote and mushrooms and other psychoactive drugs, and like I enjoy expanding my horizon, and it's definitely made me more grounded and more developed as a human.
Yeah. Where'd you do ayahuasca?
I did that in North Miami.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. They had a shaman come up from South America, and they had the shaman and their translator, and they had it at this place that is like friendly to traveling medicine practitioners, and it was nice. I had a good time.
That's cool.
I didn't have like a lot of like dark work to go through. Like I had maybe like 10% anxiety, and then I was just like, this everything is okay. It's like I'm safe, and like it's just a new thing.
Yeah.
And then all of that anxiety washed out, and I was just filled with love and fucking I enjoyed it a lot.
Heck yeah. I gotta do that. I've never done ayahuasca. I did San Pedro,
Okay.
which is like another
Cactus.
a what?
It's cactus, right?
Yeah, I think so. I did that, and I've done Cambo, but I would like to do ayahuasca. And now that we're thinking about it, like I said, I might even see if she's doing Cambo tomorrow. I might be down.
If I didn't have work tomorrow, that would be a sweet journey to go on.
You poop a lot and throw up a lot. You know, you get kind of like a diarrhea, throw up kind of combo.
That's
Well, yeah, that's what you're going for. That's the cleansing.
the Cambo combo.
The Cambo combo.
I don't mind it, either one of those.
Yeah, man.
When I've done ayahuasca, I've thrown up, and you know, luckily, like that property had like a bathroom, so I could go shit.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of times you're out in nature, and it's just like you shit where you're at.
There you go. Yeah.
Just go. But yeah, I could use some medicine.
Yeah, sounds like it. You've been grounding at all? You do much grounding?
No, I've been having a lot of weird sleep interruptions. Like I've been going from not having enough sleep to having too much, and I just have wild ass fucking dreams.
Yeah, like not so good dreams, like
No,
nightmares.
they're just like far out, and like I'm peeking through the veil of reality, or like parallel fucking worlds. So it's just like, it's interesting, and it kind of bumps me out when I have to come back here.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, there was so much cool shit over there. I had children and a wife.
A whole nother world. I have a lot of dreams about losing stuff. I just have like dreams that I lost my phone, I lost my laptop, I lost my wallet. I don't know. I guess my dreams are connected to my anxieties or whatever, but obviously I have a fear of losing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally normal.
Yeah.
I know my regular co-host, Kip, when he's here, he always has a dream about losing his fucking firearm, and I'm like, you are just irresponsible. You shouldn't be a gun owner.
Yeah.
Like, I've had that dream once, and I'm like, all right, everything is secure. Then I can not have this dream again.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kip, you're irresponsible and you drink too much.
Anything else?
I love you.
And you smell.
Great.
You smell great.
But yeah, man, I don't know if we're gonna do much of a long episode, but I want to show the world that I am actually friends with the guy that I say I'm friends with.
That is my saying right there. Casey wears it often. Your comfort zone will kill you. A statement I came up with in 2012. It was part of a poem. Now I'm an artist, a visual artist, but all my art comes from my poetry. And that's one of my more well-known sayings.
Check him out on Instagram. Where can people find you?
They can go to yourcomfortzonewillkillyou.com. Yourcomfortzonewillkillyou.com, and then also renderwriter.com, just my name.com. I also have gratefulforhiphop.com. You've worn that shirt also. Gratefulforhiphop.com and worldpeacemuraltour.com.
What about your social stuff?
It's just Render Writer pretty much. Instagram, Render Writer, TikTok.
Yeah.
All that. YouTube. Trying to build up my YouTube. At this very moment, I'm trying to build up my YouTube and my TikTok. Trying to build up them a little more, get them to kind of where my Instagram is.
Yeah, I have work to do on the TikTok. Like I've gotten all the major podcast platform things done and out of the way, but I'm gonna have to go into I have the account ready to do TikTok for this, and and it's just like
More editing.
it's more,
Right?
more
Yeah.
editing.
Everything is editing.
But luckily, our AI overlords have seen fit to make algorithms that can provide like, decent reels and shorts and TikToks.
Yeah.
So,
AI.
I'm excited for AI. Everybody is always so scared, and it's like, we've been scared of everything.
There's always something to be scared of.
We've been scared of the internet. We've been scared of the virus. We've been scared of all of these things.
There was a time when we were scared of blacks.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Scared of the gays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
they're both very scary.
yeah. But, that just goes to show how stupid fear can be,
Yeah, but it's just like, I await, like, if I said it the other day, I was like, if I can have an AI robot overlord, technically, through some sort of weird, like, logical thinking, I could have a robot wife and robot kids.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's a soon to be reality.
Yes, my consciousness will stay forever.
Yeah. But just you'll pass down your consciousness and your will to your clone.
I will be a digital vampire.
Dude, have you heard about how all these like conspiracy theories about how Jamie Foxx has been cloned and Kanye West has been cloned and Eminem has been cloned? I don't know. I guess.
Why? Are they getting younger or something?
I don't know. I haven't gone deep down the rabbit hole.
I've heard the Jamie Foxx one.
Yeah, the Jamie Foxx one is very prevalent. I feel like the others.
It's only because he had like that, really, he had some sort of sickness or illness wrong with him.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. Yeah, it depends on the rabbit hole you want to go down. But yes, he got sick. He was in the hospital and he almost died, whatever that means. But he almost died. He was very sick, whatever that means. Like, there was no real descript. And then then he also released a movie called They Tried to Clone Tyrone. The movie was about cloning. And then him, the star, gets sick, comes out of the hospital. People think he looks different after he came out of the hospital. Then there's also a bit of an overlap with all like the Puff Daddy conspiracy theories because allegedly Jamie Foxx had attended a lot of Puffy's parties and had a lot of dirt on him. So it appeared as though Jamie Foxx was going to die in the hospital because a lot of people around Puff, especially those that try to express the truth about Puff, end up dying. So I don't know. But then there's also a lot of that is just BS. But the part that kind of intrigues me is like, supposedly he had a big tattoo on his head, and then when he got out of the hospital, he didn't have it anymore.
Who? Which one?
Jamie Foxx.
He's a tattoo.
Yeah, supposedly he has a tattoo on the back of his head. So I get like up here, so you don't see it when his hair is growing out. But when he rocks his hair bald in that area, he has like wings or something on the back of his head. But then apparently when he came out of the hospital, he didn't have it. And then, I try to like, all this stuff is funny and entertaining and whatever, intriguing. But I also like to focus on my life and the art I make. So I don't got the whole story. But I do know that like, there was some point he came out, I saw some video where he like threw a basketball and like got it in the net, but from like full court, like an entire basketball court away. And then people were like analyzing the video and talking about whether or not it was him or it was a clone. But he had on like a beanie, like just covering the spot where the tattoo would be. And this was after the internet had already spent like a month or so buzzing about his tattoo disappeared. So whatever, I'm just saying, I saw this clip. I'm only a casual Jamie Foxx conspiracy theorist. Okay. But I saw that clip and was like, oh, so why is he wearing this hat that just covers where the tattoo would have been? Or I don't know. Anyways.
Hey man, on the other side of that, there's like the celebrity buzz machine. There's people whose jobs there are in Hollywood, in social media, to keep people relevant and to design these little pieces and only a few of these things like catch fire and will spread.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things that they do and they manufacture that it's just like, oh yeah, we tried this model or this thing, and it's just like, you know, there's more to it than just A and B. There's all the gray.
Yeah. That's why I like. I've been listening to this Sean Ryan podcast. You ever heard of him?
No, I just watched the Cat Williams thing though.
Oh, you did? I watched that. I watched the full Cat Williams interview. You watched the full thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro.
There's like, I take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
know?
As you should. Everything should come with a grain of salt. But no, I thought it was cool. Of course, some of it was gossipy stuff about other comedians and stuff, but I really like just the motivational parts, just where he talks like he's just living proof of like envisioning a reality that you want and then stepping right into it, you know, doing the work, having talent, all that, but
and being a giver silently without any like, he doesn't go for recognition.
No, he's if you don't know who Cat Williams is, look up just type in Cat Williams and that interview with who was the guy that interviewed him?
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp, yeah.
Shannon Sharp. Here, let's take a little break and go into the kitchen.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Cat Williams.
I like to move the episodes around nowadays.
Alright. We're gonna go in the bathroom too?
Oh yeah. You know we going in there. These are my dirty dishes from cooking. I'll get you another welder. My fridge is empty. It's because I don't have a vehicle.
Do you need a ride anywhere? I got my mom's car here right now.
No, I'm not trying to go out anywhere. I'm just, you know, I'm resigned to being okay with my transport. What are you doing tomorrow, though?
You need a ride to work? What time you gotta be in?
I'm going to Fort Lauderdale. I gotta be up there by 6.
I could definitely get you there by 6, yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Or earlier?
Earlier's fine. I usually go up earlier because I don't like to sit in the crazy traffic.
Yeah.
Like I cut out of here around 3 just because it gets crazy.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
You got some colon burn?
I take it sometimes. That's my roommate's. But I'll do a little ad for it right now.
This episode of the Alligator podcast.
Sweep your ass today with Colon Broom. If that's not their logo, it should be. Oh, you know what I need? This is fucking vitamin U.
For the emergency. Yeah.
Yeah, the knockoff CVS version.
Nice.
It's all the same shit. I drink tap water and I support AI. Take that, America.
There you go.
We also got
So this is running?
yeah. I always keep it running.
Oh, right on.
Whatever makes it in, makes it in.
I feel you.
It's not about like having it start and stop like perfectly. It's just about like the things that I want to keep in, which has mostly been everything, even the small moments of the show. Like,
yeah.
It just shows that, you know, I'm a real human. I don't try to cover up my mistakes. And you're here along with me. Thank you for watching.
I will also make no mistakes.
He doesn't make any mistakes. I make them all.
I've given my mistakes to Casey.
And I have exclusive right.
They're yours now.
Have you ever been out back? Have you seen the backyard?
No, I don't think I have. Maybe once. Maybe the first time I was here or something.
Well, you came here back when Patricia lived here, right?
I think so, yeah. How long you been here?
Going on 5 years, I think.
That's cool.
Been shooting the episodes back here recently. The only thing is it's hard to get good sound just because we got fucking airport like several miles away.
Yeah.
But
It's cool.
I added this little gem.
Oh, nice.
Make a pretty light.
What you got in there?
Storage, dead bodies, hookers mostly.
Nice.
But I've been trying to get better sound out here. And this is oh, you know what? I'm gonna grab my vape. Where I don't like to come out and touch the grass.
Yeah, that's where you can do some browning.
Roll around in the dirt.
Touch.
Sure, I got that framed in. I'm not a professional cameraman.
Tomorrow?
I've never, no. this is my Vicks Vapor Rub. This is my favorite. I was using this at work.
Mind if I try this?
Sure. I was using this at work, and you know, if you've ever seen one of these in Miami, it's something that you know from taking ecstasy. Because when you're rolling and just like you inhale, it just like hypes up your entire fucking nervous system.
Yeah, yeah.
So everyone's like, "Oh, are you rolling?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." Then I've been doing this at work for days, so I'm like, I've been taking ecstasy every single day.
Ecstasy and orange juice in the morning. And the eggs Benedict.
I can't fucking find any good drugs anymore. I just give up.
That's probably the point, huh? That's what they want to hear.
Who's they?
Who's say? Yeah, I was just about to say. Because there are a lot of days that want you doing
My
drugs.
drug dealer. It's like, ah, no.
It's big wellness.
He figured me out.
Big wellness once he's sober.
Yeah, I don't know. The kids are doing weird stuff these days. I just heard about this like pink powder that has like cocaine, ecstasy, and like an acid. Like it's got like everything in this pink powder, and kids are doing it these days. And I'm just like,
Really? What's it called? Does it have like a street name, or is it pink powder?
I guess it's one of the. I think I heard it being called pixie dust or something like that. But I've never seen this shit. It could all just be a rumor.
Yeah, media hoax.
So yeah, that's what killed Jamie Foxx and cloned him.
Yeah. And Kanye.
And Kanye.
Shit.
So why do they say Kanye is cloned?
I don't know.
Is it because he's calming down finally?
No, I don't know. You gotta go down those rabbit holes and watch the videos of these YouTubers.
I want your opinion though. I don't
my
care.
opinion is that he's not cloned at all.
Who is?
I don't know. Maybe nobody. But I do believe that they can clone people.
Sure.
100%.
They could do that as soon as they did.
Actually, you know what? It's not even a question anymore. Like, oh, do you believe it or not? There are companies you could go to their website. Like, I looked into it. I forgot what led me down this rabbit hole, but I was somehow on the cloning kick, researching it a little, and then I found like this company, and it was just like such.com, and so I went there, and it was all like very, very, very legit, like how you sign up to be cloned.
Nice.
But what I didn't understand was like, it's really just like, from what I gathered, from what I saw, it seems like it's just like a surrogate pregnancy. It's almost like in vitro. Like, it doesn't...
It's not like in the movies, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's just having a baby. But then I guess that baby has to grow up to reach the age you were.
Yeah, it's not like Star Wars where they have accelerated growth. Like,
Right.
that would take a lifespan
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
So that's what I don't get. I don't know. But they could definitely clone people. Yeah, they cloned a sheep like 30 years ago.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's
So-
for anyone who wasn't around then, we were.
Yeah.
They did it. Dolly was the first sheep.
Right. But this was a company in Canada that
It
I
was the
saw.
first thing that we knew about.
Right.
That
So they
was
were probably
cloned.
cloning before that. But the Sean Ryan podcast I was saying before, Sean Ryan is an ex-CIA agent and an ex-Navy SEAL, and now he has a podcast. But he interviews like, it's kind of like all like the smart people from Joe Rogan. You know, like Joe Rogan has a lot of like scientists and philosophers, and then he has like comedians and stuff.
Yeah.
This guy like just has those kind of, just the intelligent, really intriguing, you know, like it's a lot of like government workers, like Area 51, like that guy Bob Greer,
Okay.
who's the whistleblower,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
UFO. He had him on. He's got like the guy that like has Epstein's black book, like all this crazy shit. So yeah.
What a world we live in, where all of this crazy information that sounds like too good to be true is coming out.
It's just whirling around.
And who knows how much of it is true.
Question everything, man.
Always, what's the fifth agreement?
Always be skeptical.
Always be skeptical.
Yes. A healthy dose of skepticism is good.
Yeah.
I heard a quote that said, pessimists are more accurate and optimists achieve more. And that like makes so much sense. Like that like rocked me. I think I heard that in a commercial.
Yeah.
I was watching some YouTube video and then it cut to a commercial and the commercial kind of led with that quote. I forgot what the commercial was even for, but
Procrastination.
maybe. But they said pessimists are more accurate, optimists achieve more.
Damn. Deep.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the title for the episode.
Yeah. Let's do it. Pessimists are more accurate, optimists achieve more.
I'll do both.
Yeah.
And simultaneously less.
That's the key, man. Somewhere in the middle. Balance. Balance is key for everything.
Yeah.
Be aware of the extremes, be aware of the opposites, and pick where you reside in the middle of it.
Yeah, I always try to achieve balance within like my masculine and my feminine side, because there are people that, you know, they swing one way and that works for them. But for me, I found out like when I was in the military and trying to be a fucking you know, macho fucking idiot all the time, like that obviously didn't work for me. And times where I was soft in my life, I was a fucking doormat, and you know, I shouldn't say soft, like when I was expressing more feminine qualities, the softer side,
Yeah.
I would say I was taken advantage of by people with more masculine energy, not just men, you know, women too.
Yep.
But where I found my balance and my power is somewhere like right floating in the middle.
Yeah. No, I agree. The middle's a good place.
Mm-hmm.
Step to the extremes when you need to, you know? But
Be able to pivot.
yeah. A little bit of fluidity is good.
You've always been somebody who I highly admire, and you always are like a championship at human being at manifesting things. And real quick, can you just tell my audience like a little bit about your life and like how you've kept leveling up?
All the things I've manifested, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for those that don't know, my name is Renda Ryder, and I'm an artist. But I wasn't always just an artist. But what I always have been is just a person that is into manifesting what he wants and what he needs. You know, like create your own reality. I mean, my bio, in short, the way I became an artist, I often tell it like this: like, I was just a kid that grew up listening to a lot of hip hop, 80s and 90s hip hop. I was also just kind of a nerd in school, so I was like just very serious about school, about getting good grades, about doing my homework, about my homework being done correctly and looking good, like neat. I was kind of neurotic, so it wasn't just about getting good grades. It was also about like doing everything like right academically and making everything look good. So I did that, and you know, that's the kind of like high school, middle school, and high school student that I was, and then that kind of fit in with this like childhood obsession with hip hop. So it's like I would listen to hip hop, I would like write out the lyrics, the songs I was listening to, I would write the lyrics really neat, and then I would do the same thing with the notes I was taking in class and things like that. But hip hop got me into words, being into words, then I got into poetry. And I did poetry, writing and recording and performing poetry for over a decade. But all that poetry that I did and everything that I did in the poetry world that got me into that space where all the artists were, then I got into hosting events, and I was hosting events for poets, but also for comedians and rappers and singers and musicians. And then that eventually brought me to the place where I realized I could take my love for words visual. So I became an artist, but you know, became is in quotes because I just evolved.
Yeah.
I'm just always myself, but I evolved, and so everything I've always done has been about words. And now that's what I do. I write words, really big, really small, repeatedly, over and over, and I travel.
Yeah.
And then I go do it again.
Which is an excellent like meditative practice. I'm guessing as well. It's like the more you write out I am or I will or you know anything with the possessive of like I, like you bring that closer to you or you bring yourself closer to it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And those are the things that like you hear about. Maybe you watch people on YouTube or you read certain books or whatever about manifesting, about the law of attraction, about creating the reality you want, about the power of affirmations, and all that stuff is cool, like in theory. But when you have a way to apply it to your own life and apply it like in a way that you enjoy, you really just start to see how real it is. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's me. I'm living proof. Like I do write out these affirmations and the word love, and like I write positive stuff, and it works for me. It works for the people that buy my art. Like it just works. You are what you write. You know, you are what you say. You are what you think. You are the energy you give off. You attract the energy you give off. Like all this stuff, it's kind of redundant. It just overlaps. Once you get like really into it, you realize how easy everything is. I was saying the other day to my girlfriend, like, I said, we were talking about something, and then it reminded me of a saying that I have, that I've been using for a while. And so I said to her, like, yeah, it's like this saying that I have put in my art, and now that I'm thinking about it, I should do it again. But the saying is, the hard part is realizing that it's easy. And that applies to everything, and to life in general. But with anything, it's like the only thing that is hard is breaking away from the idea that it's hard.
Yeah.
So when you believe something is hard, whether it's like a particular task, like I got to assemble this furniture from IKEA, or maybe it's like a more longer thing, like I gotta go to medical school and become a doctor, you know, like whatever it is, the hard part is realizing that it's easy. Like the hard part is just escaping the mentality of calling it hard.
Yeah.
You know, labeling something as hard and then giving
Thereby
it that
makes it
power.
hard, yeah.
You know, now it is hard because you just said it's hard. But when you realize it's easy and that it can be anything and that it can be everything.
Yeah.
You know, like everything is easy once you kind of like unlock it, like figure out the hack, like understand it better. And that might come through just practice and repetition. It might even come from like stepping away for a minute and like seeing it from a different angle. It could come from all different things, but bottom line is the hard part is realizing that it's easy and that it can be anything, that it can be life itself. So when you say life is hard, whatever, you could believe that. You could hang out with people that affirm that belief. You can all sit around and have a whole group of friends that believes life is hard, and then you're probably all gonna have a hard life. But if you realize it's easy, then you're there.
That made me think of somebody who I've encountered recently who's like, they're going through all of this like toxic shit with their mom, and their mom is like regressed to the point of like where the kid, like their kid is now taking care of them and they're an older parent. And I'm like, well, if these are the roles that you're like complaining to me about, don't complain about them, because I'm going to call them out to you. I'm like, you definitely like what's the word, you engage with it, what's the fucking word, enable it. You enable it and it'll keep coming to you. And I'm like,
enable it and even empower it.
And I was saying to them, like, if you really want to like be free of this, and I knew what was going to happen. I'm like, you're not going to want to hear what I have to say just because you're not ready right now. And they thought I was going to make a joke, and I'm like, no, like, I'm like, you have to communicate with your parent, and you have to lay down these boundaries and enforce them as you would a child. If they're going to behave like a child, treat them like one, and see if that's what snaps it out, and that's what gives you back your peace in your life. Like, you're in control. They're giving you all of the control. They're making you their parent. And I'm like, stop. If you really want to stop, you'll stop. But I have to sprinkle this stuff in light doses, because people aren't ready to hear that when it's like somebody doesn't agree with them and it snaps them out of their fucking circle.
The hard part is seeing that it's easy. Like I was about to say, in my mind I'm listening, I'm like, stuff with family is hard. And then in my head I heard myself say that, and I'm like, nah, it isn't. Because yes, family stuff can be hard. Generally it's accepted, like, lots of people have family problems, especially even like when you're an adult and you have older parents and whatever. But even with that, it's not that hard. If you want to see how easy it is, try the very easy practice of just telling the truth, of just telling your parents what you feel or what you think. Like, it is as simple as that. It's just like different words, maybe different repercussions, a different vibe. It might be something different than you're used to, but that's what's going to get you different results.
But what they're receiving right now is they're still getting a payoff from this energy exchange. They still get to be pitied. They still get to have people's attention. People still have people in their life saying, "Oh, poor you. You have to deal with your mom this way." Like, they're getting a payoff for it, and it's like, when does the payoff outweigh your peace? And your peace is always on top if you want it to be.
Can be.
If you really want it.
If peace is your priority, then whatever your priorities are is what you're getting, whether you're conscious or not conscious of those priorities and how you prioritize things. A lot of people aren't conscious. They're just floating through life.
It's okay too.
It's not wrong with that.
Not a judgment thing. It's just like, there are people that like that's where they're supposed to be. That's part of their journey. And if you've gotten past that part of your journey and you're learning what the rest is, like, you get to be in support of other people who have either been where you are or you've been where they are.
Our journeys overlap. That's where it gets real interesting. Nobody has their own journey in a vacuum, And here's our journeys right here overlapping. Casey and I, our journeys have overlapped many, many times.
I'm proud every time they do. Like, I always like, if Renda comes into my life, that means like, you know, he's bringing some of his magic with him, and
just sprinkle it.
and I get a little bit of that magic, and it helps me remember that, you know, it's not just his magic, it's my magic too.
Hell yeah, yeah. It's like a namaste principle, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is.
You're a great reminder and a great friend of the power that we all have within us.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. That's what I enjoy doing. We all have power. Humans are incredibly capable, you know, of magical things. We really are. But a lot of us just we're not aware. But that's cool. We all play our part. Like different pieces on the chessboard,
Yeah.
you know. Different people in the community. Like, we all play a role. So figure out what your role is and play it. And then after you play a certain role for a while, see if you're ready for some sort of an upgrade. Play a different role.
Yeah.
A role of more importance. A role with more control. You know.
Or one with less control.
Yeah, you can do that too. You can move laterally, you can move in whatever direction, you know.
Because I've always been the type of person who has a need for control. And
Yeah.
I understand my needs. And I know when to let go of control. And even in doing that, I still have control of letting go.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's the irony of it. Yeah. You can control or not control whatever you want.
And the real reality is, like, none of us are ever in control. It's just an illusion, but it's something that works to our benefit to even have the illusion of control.
Yeah.
And the illusion of, I wouldn't even say it's an illusion. Like, the pure manifestation is like, these things are already happening. And like, you either lean into it or lean away from it.
Yeah, that's true. Everything is happening. And what's your part in it? Are you part of everything, or are you separate? But nothing's really separate. We're all one, so.
We are all one. One love.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oh, we got a nice little chime to end our session.
Round one. Round two.
Going in.
It's chime. Chime time.
Let me see. Where? Oh, that's not. I used to have my the one that's hanging in that window. You can't see it on the camera, but that one came from my mom, and it was like one of the things that I always bring with me from place to place. And like sometimes there's no air moving in the house, and that little thing will jingle. I'm like, oh, it's mom's around.
Little mom reminder.
Yeah.
I like that.
Speaking into that, like the feeling of loss, it's another thing that, you know, as humans we struggle to cope with, and it's for me, I got there sooner than most people in their life, and whether fortunately or unfortunately enough, I've lost both my parents. I lost my mom when I was like 21, and like it set me on a journey of growth and self-knowledge, and like that really kind of kicked off like my path of peace was like having that, what I perceived loss, and then having the realization later that I can never lose my mother's love. I can never lose my fondness of my childhood. Like all of that is, you know, still there, even though my parents were not great parents. It's, you know, you still have your mom and your dad. I don't hate either of them, but they were, you know, they did the best they could with what they had.
Mm-hmm.
And their best is not as good as some others, but it's not a contest.
Yeah.
And how do you stand on like the loss of the perceived feeling of loss?
I guess I kind of, you know, in a way, don't believe in it. You know what I mean?
There
like,
you go.
You never truly lose anything. Anything you lose is going to turn into something that you gain in some other realm, you know? So
Transforms.
yeah, so it'll be very hard to connect the two, it might be hard to realize, but again, the hard part is realizing that it's easy. So if you change your consciousness, you easily see that there is no loss. Everything that you lose, you gain that same energy somewhere else, somehow else. And so everything is just kind of recycling constantly. Everything is going in and out of your life. But that's a very expanded conscious way of looking at it.
Yeah.
If you zoom in more, there is loss, like if you lost, so there are some types of loss that definitely feel very real and kind of are, but
like when you lose your keys, when you lose
your this morning I thought I lost my ear pod charger, and I kind of freaked out for a little while, but then I was looking for it, then I stopped, and gathered my thoughts, because I was already in my mind going to a reality of I gotta go to the Apple store and buy a new pair, and I was already facing the fact that it might be lost, gone forever, and I gotta buy a new one. And then I don't know, I just kind of let my brain shift gears, and then I just thought of a different place to look, and I found it, So, but loss of a parent, I haven't experienced that. Both of my parents are here, so I can't really speak on what that is like. I've lost people that have died, and I've lost physical objects. I've lost all kinds of things, but I have not lost myself. I'm still here, you know? And all I've done in terms of myself is gain new perspectives, new understandings, new levels, So yeah.
Speaking of lost friends, I have a funeral coming up this week for a friend of mine that just passed away about a week ago, and this is a guy I've known for almost 20 years, and he fell victim to his own addictions, smoking crack, doing fentanyl, whether he knew he was doing it or not. That's what took him down.
Yeah.
But my initial reaction was just I felt sorrow, and he's a young guy, and he's always had a lot of life in him, and that's how I'm gonna choose to remember him, to honor his memory. Is he always had something. He always had a quick joke or something funny to say, or something completely ridiculous, or something he would do something that would be the cops are coming, and and it's that's how I want to remember him, is that element of chaos, and he was somebody who I was truly fond of, my buddy Jim, aka Molly, and he had that nickname as the drug started to come out back in the day.
Well, rest in peace, Jim, aka Molly.
Yep.
And may you reemerge in some different way.
Yep. Your form will be reborn into one form or another.
Yeah. It's like if you take an eyedropper and you stick it in the ocean and you squeeze the little bulb, and then you pull it out and you got an eyedropper full of ocean water. You can keep it in the eyedropper for 20, 30, 60, 70 years. And then you just go like this and put it back in the ocean. It's not in the eyedropper anymore, but it's back in the ocean, the source where it came from.
Yeah.
And so now if you take another eyedropper and you put it in the ocean and you fill it up, that eyedropper might contain 1/16 of something that was previously in a different eyedropper,
Yeah.
But the ocean itself is the source. I think everything is an analogy. That's how I look at basically everything in life. Everything is an analogy or a metaphor or whatever. So if there's something you don't understand, you just got to equate it to something that you do. And then once you do that, you'll unlock a new understanding.
Yeah, and I try to do that all the time when I self-educate. I take on subjects that are way beyond my comprehension level of education level. I'll watch PBS Space Time and learn about fucking dark matter and black holes. And then when I'm finished watching this video that explains things very perfectly, I'm I still have no idea.
Yeah.
And I'm that's okay. I'm not. It's I have the desire to acquire knowledge, and whether I get it or not,
Even if it doesn't work.
it just may not work right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you're trying to take on something, you may be able to take it on right now.
Yeah.
And if you're not getting it, don't get frustrated. I don't know why I got into this, but it's something that, you know, whether it's time now or time later, you can either feel that loss or accept that the loss was never there, you know.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want. How you look at life is up to you. It really is this big blank canvas, you know?
From the artist.
Mm-hmm. And here we are. You're 40 plus now, right?
No, I haven't hit 40 yet. I'm 38.
38, okay.
Still young, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Starting to look older with this beard, though.
Yeah, that's what's putting me up. Well, yeah, keep going. Not that anything particular happens at 40, but whatever. Maybe something does kind of, you know, 40 is just another marking point.
Yeah, a measurement.
Huh?
A measurement.
Yeah, it's just a measurement, a unit of measurement, but it's a convenient one. Because some things do shift around 40, I think. But for me personally, I just feel like every year is like I've got the vigor and the youth that I always had in my youth, you know? That's what keeps me young.
My big journey this year is healing, physical healing, and probably emotional healing as well, because, you know, the two go hand in hand with each other.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with this low back pain for way too long, and I'm tired of it. It grinds me down. It like makes me melancholy, and or I become melancholy when I experience it.
Yeah.
I can't say anything makes me feel a certain way. It's just how I choose to feel, and within the circumstance.
I feel you on that, man. Lower back pain's no joke. I've had a lot of sciatica type pain. I'm good now though. I've been good for a little while, but yeah, any kind of pain could definitely snap you out of how you want to feel.
Yeah, that's my journey, and anyone who's been watching the channel for a while knows that I'm you know, struggling with my issues.
You tried acupuncture before?
Yeah, I love it. It doesn't last a long time though. Like, it'll last for a few hours.
Yeah.
Same thing with chiropractor. You know, physical therapy has been moderately more helpful. I've been doing my own physical therapy here at home, and incremental.
Yeah.
You know, many bricks make the pyramid.
Yeah. There's an Instagram account that I follow called Stretching Guru, and it's just like all these cool videos of stretches to do.
Send me that.
Yeah, I totally will. I sent all my friends that have like ailments, I send them beneficial Instagram pages. I follow a lot of like health and wellness pages, you know. Dr. Sebi's grandson, you know Dr. Sebi?
No.
Dr. Sebi was a natural doctor who
Maybe I do.
he cured AIDS and cancer naturally. And he is from Honduras. He lived in New York for a while, and that's where he was practicing for a while. And
To make sure everything's still going. Dr. Sebi.
yeah, Dr. Sebi. So he's from Honduras. He lived in New York. He used to place these ads in the Village Voice newspaper in New York saying that he could cure AIDS and cancer and herpes and diabetes and different things. And then he got sued, like a class action suit or something. They sued him saying that he was making false claims. And then he went all the way to the Supreme Court and he won. Because in his trial, he had as witness like 20-something people that spoke on his behalf that said like, yeah, I had AIDS and he cured me. I had cancer and he cured me. But anyways, everything he did was natural. It was all just through food.
Yeah.
He would kind of like write you a prescription for certain foods to eat. And it was like a lot of exotic foods, a lot of stuff that he would get from Honduras and whatnot. So a lot of stuff that you can't necessarily find at Publix, but
Mm.
I don't know. I'm not really super qualified to speak on him, but he is a fairly famous representative of the whole like holistic community and the idea that you can heal yourself of anything and you don't really need Western medicine to do it.
Yeah. Pub subs.
You're in control, basically. Again, pub subs. I said Publix. That's what made you think of that. I go for a pub sub.
Fucking every time Kip makes a hypothetical on the show, it's always having to do with like Publix for some reason. Like he's always got beef with Publix, or he's robbing Publix, or he's doing A, B, and C to Publix, and I don't know.
That's a real Florida thing. See, they're really entrenched in our subconscious
It is.
because they're everywhere.
I grew up with a Winn-Dixie in Key Largo,
Okay.
so like I didn't get exposed to the greater Publix nation until later in life,
Yeah.
and then I was like, fuck Winn-Dixie.
Yeah. And yeah, Winn-Dixies are not really around much these days.
There's maybe one in Dade County,
Yeah.
maybe two.
Yeah, I'm a disciple of Publix also. I'm also big on Walmart. I like Walmart. And I worked for them at their world headquarters. I did an internship at their corporate office.
Huh.
The summer between my junior and senior year, I lived in Bentonville, Arkansas, and I worked at their corporate office. Not one of the stores, but their headquarters, their office building. But it was an internship.
Suit and tie?
What's that?
Suit and tie?
Yeah. I wore a suit and tie every day, and I was 19, I guess, and I got paid. It was a paid internship. I got paid like $4.50 a week in like 1999. It was pretty good,
Yeah.
and I flew on private jets.
What?
Yeah, Walmart has a whole inventory of private jets. They fly their people all over. But so I lived in Arkansas for a whole summer, and I was an intern. But that's the thing, is they treat their interns like regular employees. So they pay them, and they expect them to do like employee type work, So I had to go into work every day at like 5, I think, or 6, and worked, like really worked. And I was like on a team, like.
Mm-hmm.
So it was me and like 3 other dudes that were like full-fledged adult guys, But as part of our work, we had to take the private jet to Milwaukee one day, and we took the private jet to Miami one day, and did things like that.
Sick.
Yeah, a little known fact about me. Yeah. And they cut me in on the stock option plan. All this as a summer intern.
Shit.
That's all it was, summer internship. I wasn't anything like truly special. I was just another one. All the interns got those perks. All the interns got paid, stock options, all that. So I got a whole bunch of stock. I sold it later in life. Like when I was 25 or something, I was broke and I sold all the stock I had just as like an emergency cash out. But then later in life, like in the last few years, I started buying stock myself because I discovered you could buy stock on Cash App. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You could buy Bitcoin, you could buy stock. Now you can do that on Venmo too, I think, probably PayPal. Basically every money app is now like a full-fledged like
Digital trader.
yeah, it's like a whole financial service, all in one app. But so I buy a lot of Walmart, and that's like one of my highest performing stocks. Every once in a while they pay a dividend,
Yeah.
and that's like real cash. That's deposited right into your Cash App. It's real cash.
From manifestation to I almost said investigation. To proliferation.
Proliferation of my estimations of my investing inclinations, my investing inclinations.
Oh man, this has been fun, man. I'm very glad to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be here, man. It's good to be here. It was a good day. It was kind of a laid-back day. I did this mural. I walked a lot. I took the bus. I woke up at my friend's house in Boca. I walked like 1.5 miles, got some coffee. walked another half a mile, got on the bus, transferred, took another bus, went to another Dunkin' Donuts for more coffee.
Yeah.
Walked over to my parents' house, borrowed their car.
Your parents are in Boca?
No, they're in Coral Springs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I drove to Fort Lauderdale, bought some paint, did this mural, drank a bunch of kratom tea. Crashed for a little while off the kratom. I was like, I feel horrible, and then I somehow worked through it. I don't know, but I felt like crap for like 20 minutes. I was like, I think I need to eat, and I had 2 slices of pizza that were not that good, but I think it helped. And so,
Real quick, off all the topics. I've been to New York a couple times. I've never had this mind-blowing pizza experience that every New Yorker says, like, you gotta go here, A, B, or C. That's where you get the pizza. I've been to several of those places. Never had that wow moment.
neither have I really.
Really?
I know bad pizza when I see it. You
Right.
know, I know bad pizza when I taste it. But anything that's not clearly bad to me just tastes like pizza should, basically. I live in New York full time. I still travel a lot, but I live in New York. I eat pizza fairly often, but there's a place called Joe's Pizza that everyone says is the spot in New York to get pizza, but I don't like it. I seriously think they put sugar in their sauce. It's very sweet. And I like sweet things, but I don't like my pizza sweet.
No.
So, and I'm not the only one that thinks this way. Like, other people have said, like, yeah, it's too sweet. But there's a place called La Industry Pizza, which is in my neighborhood in Brooklyn, which is pretty amazing. And then actually here in Florida, 2 nights ago, or maybe it was last night, I went to Tucci's Pizza.
Okay.
Tucci', Tucci's. And I have a mural there, so this is also a mural plug. But a friend of mine works there, and he said, we're opening a new location. I want to introduce you to the boss, see if you can do a mural. So I met his boss. I did a mural there. They opened up the brand new location, and then 2 nights ago, or maybe it was last night, it was last night.
It all blends together.
Yeah, it's all just life. But I went there, and I had the pizza, and it was really good. It was really good. I had some with like meatball on it. Plus, they kind of char the crust. It's like a whole thing.
A little bit of crunch.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but yeah, pizza in New York, you just gotta try them all and find out what you like individually.
I guess.
You know.
I'm due for another trip up there, but I don't know if I want to go in the snow.
Yeah, maybe wait like 2 months and then come holler at your boy. You stay on my couch.
Fuck yeah.
You know, it's not Alligator, but it's a couch.
All right.
But yeah, come to Brooklyn.
You've actually crashed on the Alligator couch.
I have.
Before it was a podcast, before it became a show.
Mm-hmm.
I've been expanding, doing more stuff with this channel, not just doing the podcast anymore, but doing like my stand-up, my improv shows that I should have had another one tonight, but I was just like, today's a day for me, take it on my own, and a little bit of vlog. I did my trip to Puerto Rico with my sister and my niece. I did like a bunch of vignettes of different aspects of my trip in Puerto Rico.
That's cool.
So, more stuff coming out.
You go to Puerto Rico often, right?
I've been there 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's starting to outweigh my love for Hawaii because it's much closer, and but Hawaii is gorgeous, and I definitely have more to do if and when I get back out there. But I love Puerto Rico, very accessible to me.
Yeah, I want to go. I've never been.
You don't need a passport.
True, but I have one. I said I'm going to Costa Rica next week.
Nice.
Yeah, I've never been there.
What are you doing in Costa?
Nothing really. Just me and my girlfriend are going. It's just kind of a vacation for fun. Neither of us have ever been there, so our agenda is just like have fun, do I guess touristy things. I really don't. I told her I don't really care what we do as long as we're on the beach. I mean, I guess there's like rainforest hikes you can do and like things where you can meet monkeys and sloths
And the
things.
ocelots, yeah.
And what?
Ocelots.
Ocelots? What's that?
Little jungle cats.
Okay.
They're highly affectionate, but
Yeah.
they are wild.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess
Speaking
we'll do
of
all
wild,
the things. The
there's a
things you do in
possum.
Costa Rica.
There's a possum right over there.
You heard you talking?
Yeah.
He said, oh, I thought you said possum.
Come on over here, buddy.
You said ocelots.
If you want. If they come over to you,
Oh, yeah.
here's how you know if an animal has rabies. If they come up to you without fear, they have rabies.
Like, that's how they got it.
Yeah, well, that's like how the virus, like, it
Oh,
transfers.
It squashes their fear a bit.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, as long as this possum comes over and he shows fear, he's good. But if he's fearless completely,
Yeah.
stay away.
Okay.
He's over there digging up shit. Have you been eating my pineapples, you little fucker?
You have pineapples that grow out here?
Right over there.
Okay. I don't have my contact then.
They're those, like, the ones that are low and like look kind of sprouty.
Oh, yeah.
It's my pineapple plants.
That's really cool. Oh, yeah.
One of the great things about living in Florida is all the Floridian animals.
Yes. And foliage and whatnot. You need to get a mango tree, or do you have one?
This is avocado tree. This big
Yeah.
one. These are all red bananas over here. There's a new red banana popping up right there. It's a little clone.
Clone.
Yeah,
Clone.
that's how bananas. Like bananas used to have big seeds, right? But since they also produce clones, we've bred banana trees to not have big seeds anymore because we grow their clones, and they don't have to develop energy into producing seeds. The more you know.
Yeah.
I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot.
The more you know, the less you know.
What's this little guy doing? He does not care that we're here. He's like, this is my backyard. He's young too.
Young possum.
Free my boy, young possum. He looked right at you.
You know.
I know if I stand up, he's gonna bounce, but I want to get him on camera.
Yeah, it's an interesting animal.
My ex-girlfriend used to feed him outside of her window,
Like feed him what?
cat food.
Yeah.
She had cats, but the cats and the possums all got along, and like she would just have a window like that with like bars on it.
Yeah.
And she would just raise the window up, put out a little dish. Cats would go in and out of the house. The possums would go in and out of the house.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's a weird one, but you know, I like them weird witchy types.
You like the weird witchy types?
Yeah.
This is the weird witchy one that is now with, what's his name? I told you I ran into him and you were like,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
She's good people. Yeah. I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
Right on.
If you want, plug some stuff again.
All right, now that Casey's gone. Should I plug my phone? Plug my phone in? Bunch of wrong numbered text messages. I get that a lot.
When are you gonna get hoodies?
I don't know, but I should. Your comfort zone will kill you hoodies?
Mhm.
Yeah. Only have like a certain season, you know? I do need to do that. Grateful for hip hop too. Yeah. That's on the agenda.
My shirt's my shirt's got a lot of miles.
Yeah.
I
I
have
feel you.
I have 4 of your shirts.
Yeah.
I think one of them I bought for Kip, and he left it here. So I'm like, well, he's not wearing it, so I'll wear it.
It's mine now.
I bought it.
Yeah, no, I gotta do hoodies, man, for sure.
Because I think I have this in black and white, and same thing with the Grateful for Hip Hop. I have them in black and white.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely gotta do hoodies. Because, you know, now that I live in a place with seasons, I see you can't just wear a t-shirt throughout the whole year, you know?
You can't promote in a shirt when it's cold out.
Yeah. So what else is new?
Covered most of my bases. Still want to get that truck. No romance in my life, which is actually I'm cool with. Like every time people are asking me like, "Oh, you got a girlfriend?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Do you want one?" I'm like, "No."
There's nothing wrong with that, man. You gotta know.
No, it's
Sounds like you do know.
I'm comfortable loving myself, being with myself, and there are moments of loneliness, but like that happens even when you're with a partner.
Yeah.
So it's not like that thing gets eliminated. Dude.
Yeah, and loneliness is not that bad either, and I've experienced it, and like you can't really tell that to someone that's in the throes of their loneliness. It's only something you realize more retrospectively. But I've dealt with some pretty harsh feelings of loneliness.
Yeah.
It certainly didn't feel good at the time. But right now, the way I am right now, looking back, it's like I feel like if loneliness is your biggest problem, you got a pretty good life, you know? And especially if you understand how the loneliness comes and goes. If you see that you're stuck in like lifelong loneliness, then maybe you want to get something checked out, you know?
There's some steps that need to be taken.
Yeah. But once you see it as something that can kind of come and go, you have your power back, you know?
Yeah. I think that goes back to the, like, you're authoring that into your life and into, not only do you manifest that, like, I'm so lonely, you also get those payoffs of, like, I get to be the lonely person. I'll always be lonely. I'll never have a significant other. It's like,
Yeah.
with that attitude, you're correct.
Yeah. Yeah. We're always right about the things that we say, like, about ourselves, because just the act of saying it makes it more true. So, watch what you say, you know?
I've been telling my friends, like, every time they say, like, oh, I can't, I'm broke, I'm like, no, you're not. I don't have broke friends.
Yeah.
Like, you can say you're without funds, but you are not broke, because that word has other, like, connotations to it. Like, saying that you're broke doesn't just mean you don't have money. It means you view yourself as broken. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hang out with you if that's how you hang out, because that shit's gonna rub off on me. I don't want that shit.
Yep. I had a period in my life where I hung out with a lot of people that constantly said I'm broke. Like, that was just like the thing to say. Especially like if we were sitting around, we were talking, and then maybe the conversation runs dry or something. One of them would be like, man, I'm so broke, you know? And it was just like this default thing they would return to. And it's interesting because now just the way we're talking about it, it's reminding me like, oh yeah, I haven't like said I'm broke in many years, or even heard anyone say that.
Same thing with
in many years.
Same thing with sorry, and people know that about me, that I don't say sorry, because I will not assign that to myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'll apologize. I will make apologies. I can be wrong. I'm not saying that I am always right. I'm saying that I will not title myself as sorry.
Yeah. No, that's smart. You're a man that knows himself. Yeah. The way we speak is vital, you know? the words we choose, all that. That's why they say a wise man speaks less than a fool, you know? It's like, since speaking is so important, maybe you don't do a lot of it, you know? Like, because you kind of water down the importance of it if you're constantly talking.
And it's funny that I have a show where I like to talk.
Yeah.
But the irony of that in my life is that I'm always interrupted by people that, you know, are around me, whether they're people that I care about or care about me. You know, it varies. But I notice the most important relationships I have are the people who listen.
Yeah.
And I count you among those.
Thank you, man. It's not easy to listen. I feel like, I don't know if I'm the greatest listener, but there are times when I am. It depends on who's talking, you know? Like, some people are hard to listen to.
And need to be interrupted.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, when I'm around someone and I find it easy for me to listen, then obviously there's just like a vibe chemistry, you know? Like, okay, this person makes it easy for me to listen. And vice versa. And then that's when you know, like, okay, that's a good connection.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people it's hard to listen to what they're saying. And then you gotta ask yourself, am I a hard to listen to kind of person? Like, am I saying the kind of things that someone can connect to and like listen to, or am I just like yapping?
It's remarkable when I like take a step back, because it used to anger me a lot, and I used to be like, why the fuck do people think I'm less important? And it's really not about that. It's like, those people also have a need to feel important and feel heard, but it overwrites like their need to listen and to like whatever it is. Like, I think a lot of people have an upbringing where their voice never meant a lot, so that's like, as adults, they're like, anytime they can get in a word edgewise, they will.
Yeah.
And I notice that, like, I see it because I work behind bars all the time. It's like, I can say one thing and it'll spawn 4 conversations, and I can just be like doing work while people are talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and people, I'll wait for the point in the conversation. It'll always happen. It's like, how did we get started talking about this? I'm like, that was me.
Yeah.
The guy who hasn't said a word in like 5 minutes.
Just plant that seed. Keep it moving. Yeah, man. Conversational dynamics. It's an interesting field, you know?
Yeah.
Especially, seeing it from that point of view, like the service industry and your interaction with customers and things. You know, I went to this place, Granger's in Del Rey. You know that spot?
It's like a farm store or like a equipment store?
No, it's a restaurant. It's like a down home, down south kind of restaurant / bar. But I went there a few days ago, and I sat at the bar and I just ordered a beer, and then I just said to the girl, like, you know, I used to come here when it was the old location.
Yeah.
Up the street. And I could tell she had no idea what I was talking about. Like, probably didn't even know that there was an old location or anything. And so she just kind of like smiled at me and didn't really say much. But then a few minutes after that, I'm like, man, I'm that guy now. Because you know what I mean? Like, I've been on her side. And it's like, it's kind of like, all right, why are you telling me you went to the old location? Like, I don't really care. You know, like, it's some badge of honor. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I looked at myself. I'm like, she doesn't care. What kind of conversation are you making here? You just telling her, I went to the old location. Like, all right. I don't know.
My phone number was 5.
Yeah. But, yeah, these are the things we say. When we're just looking to say stuff.
Yeah. And I noticed I used to, you know, brag about that quite a bit, especially like being in the Kava Kratom scene for a long time. It's like I've been saying it much less as I've been getting up in the years. I'm like, I kind of just want to, you know, speak with knowledge and have people make their own assumptions.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, you know a lot. I'm like, doing this for a little while. You know, I minimize it, but I also like, it's like, you don't have to brag.
Yeah.
You know your worth.
That's true. People are gonna see you according to their little assumptions and stuff. So just be yourself, as much or as little of yourself as you really want to put out.
Other times I get real bombastic, and I'll just fucking go in. Like, I've been doing this so long. You were nothing but a fucking zygote when I started doing this.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with people and lighten the mood. But that's what, being an entertainer. It's like you gotta pick your moments.
Yeah. A lot of times, like when people ask me how long you've been growing your beard or when did you start growing your beard, I was like, I was 6 months old when I started growing. Lately that's been my answer.
My parents didn't know what to do with me.
Yeah. I started at 6 months of age. And look at
Cracked
me
my
now.
first beer at 7 months.
Yeah. It was a hard life. I did the Benjamin Button routine. I went backwards.
I love it. I think we've put a nice little end on this episode.
Another episode in the can.
Yeah. And I'll get this up there, and now you and I can just hang out and have the same conversations we've been having, just without a camera.
Yeah. Now we can talk negatively about this camera.
Piece of shit. Thank you, camera. Thank you, phone, for recording this and starting this journey of podcasting and adventures and having friends and fun conversations.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I like it. I sometimes think about starting my own podcast.
I would love that.
I wonder what the spin would be, Like, I don't know. What would be the approach? What would be the angle? Not that it needs to be too much of a spin, like a gimmick,
No.
but it needs to be something.
No, and like people always ask me that, like, what is my podcast about? I'm like, my podcast is about talking shit.
Yeah.
Like
Shit.
all podcasts are. It's
Mm-hmm.
like there is no one thing that I'm about. It's like I have the freedom and the broad range to talk about whatever I want.
Yeah.
And for you, I would just throw this out there just as like a starting thing, or maybe it grows into whatever it becomes, and just say, how has hip hop influenced an aspect of your life or your life in general, and talk about who you like, why you like them, and go into like the behavioral side of that. Like,
Yeah.
this person makes me think of being successful. This person makes me think of being in flow or rhythm, or like being dynamic. Like, you can do anything you want with hip hop.
Yeah. And it could take you to other conversational alleys and stuff. Yeah. I also think it'd be cool if maybe like, I like to talk about serendipity, I like to talk about serendipitous moments and occurrences. So I think that might be cool. Like maybe maybe that's it. Just like every podcast starts with like, okay, tell me the last serendipitous thing that happened to you.
That's fucking dope.
And it starts from there.
That could branch out infinitely.
When I went to Two Cheese Pizza last night with my friend Stevie D, he works there, so I'm like, I trust you, bro. If you want to just order whatever, we'll split it. He's like, okay, cool. I'm like, maybe we'll get a pizza and an appetizer. He's like, all right. So then he ordered, and then the waiter brought a pizza and an order of escarole and beans. But right before the waiter came over, I just shot a little video of the menu and like me pointing at the menu, and I sent that video to my girlfriend just to kind of show her like, I'm at Two Cheese Pizza, we're about to eat. So I sent her the menu, and then she wrote back, ooh, if I was there I would get the escarole and beans. And I was like, actually that's what we ordered. And she's like, really? And then like a half hour after that, my friend Stevie pulled out his phone and just opened up Facebook, and the very first post was his sister posting a picture of some escarole and beans that she just made. So he showed me that. He's like, look at this, bro. I just opened my phone and the first thing I see, escarole and beans, my sister made it. And I was like, bro, you know what happened? I just sent my girlfriend the menu and she said I would order. So it was like serendipity on top of serendipity, overlapping serendipity, my personal serendipity, his personal serendipity, our joint serendipity. So yeah, I like serendipity.
Yes.
I'm into that.
And please explain to me, what is escarole and beans?
It's like a leafy vegetable kind of, but it's cooked.
Oh.
So this like escarole and beans is like almost like a spinach, like a leafy green cooked with beans. It's good. It's an Italian thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Escarole.
Escarole and beans. Escarole serendipities. But yeah, I like to find serendipitous moments every day, if possible. I think there is one every day. You need to find it.
Yeah. One of mine is feeding this cat.
Feed your cat, homie.
She's up there by her food bowl. She's usually very vocal, but I guess she hears us talk. Come here, babe. Pick a direction. Come here. Whatever you don't eat, that possum will.
Good.
This is not even my cat.
Whose cat is that?
She belongs to the neighborhood.
Oh,
She came with the house.
she's a Buena Vista cat.
Yeah, she was here when I moved in.
Really?
I see her in other parts of the street, but she goes everywhere.
Yeah.
I let,
Life
her,
of a stray cat.
I let her walk through the house every once in a while.
A little taste of the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She tries to go inside. She used to hang out across the street at the neighbor's place all the time,
Yeah.
but they moved, so I guess I'm the primary guardian for the cat now.
You're the caretaker.
Yeah.
Feline caretaker. Senior VP of feline care. That's your new title.
Yes. Galactic cat care.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about all of our space friends?
I'm very intrigued. I'm very open to that whole rabbit hole, man. I be going down those YouTube rabbit holes. I'm very intrigued, man. I think there are aliens. I think that a lot of what we see is also government vehicles too.
Yeah.
I think that there are aliens. I think they could be from another planet, but they could also be from another time,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's a lot to be said about the idea that what we see as aliens could be just the future us.
Mm-hmm.
If we proceed on this path where we keep exploring space, and now we're getting to like space tourism and things like that, and we're going to the moon or whatever, and we're continually destroying this planet, I think that we evolve to some point where we become what we currently consider aliens. That I think is like, I'm intrigued by all of it. And then like the USOs, the unidentified submergible objects, that whole idea. I've seen plenty of videos of like UFOs flying into the water, flying out of the water. I mean, all these rabbit holes lead to different other rabbit holes, like the hollow earth theory.
Yeah.
And the idea that like there's like a portal into the inside of the earth in Antarctica, and that's why it's a no-fly zone. And I kind of believe some of that stuff. Like
some of it has like, there's got to be some truth to it, but I don't know if it's like what's being presented.
I think a lot of times with the truth, like the real hardcore truth, I think sometimes what they do is they kind of put out stuff that sounds crazy and couple that with the truth in order to make the truth sound crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I think there are a lot of, like in the world of conspiracy theory, I think that there's lots of real truth. But I think that it's part of the design to like flood the truth with stuff that's really ridiculous. And then it becomes hard to figure out what's ridiculous, what's reasonable, what's the truth. etc. But you know, unfortunately, that's how it goes a lot of times. Like really ridiculous stuff. Like, do you know about the birds aren't real guy?
Oh yeah.
Right? So, you know, what he's saying is that no birds are real. Any bird you see, that's not real. What he's saying is that the government created like a bird genocide and like literally killed every single bird in the world and replaced it with like drones. So of course I don't believe that. But do I believe that the government ever experimented with creating drones that look like birds?
Sure.
Yeah, 100%. There's footage of that. But that's what I'm saying. So that's the truth. Then he took that truth and took it to a ridiculous extent, and now it discredits the whole truth.
Yeah.
But like, has the government ever made like a bird that's a robot? Like, yes. They do that with dragonflies too.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But I don't believe that they committed a bird genocide and killed every single bird ever. I mean, there's modern day, there's bird hunters. When they shoot a bird, do like microchips and wires come out of that bird, or like
absolutely,
blood, you know? So, but yeah, I think that's a good example. Like, I was just talking about that the other day, I think, with my girlfriend. But yeah, the truth is out there, but you got to pull away the shit that was intentionally wrapped around it.
Yeah.
You know?
Just like the old X-Files. I want to believe.
Yeah. That's what it is.
But
man.
people make it hard with all the bullshit they put next to it.
Mhm. But I'm intrigued by all that shit. And the flight down here, I was looking out the window looking for UAPs, you know? Because evidently there's some new footage. Joe Rogan was talking about it. Some girl that's like an Instagram model, coincidentally or whatever, that's her thing, but an Instagram model, or maybe just a model, like a real model, was on a plane and just pointed out her phone out the window and caught footage, like very
High res.
realistic, yeah, high res, good footage of like a UFO zooming by. And then they slowed it up, like it's good footage, but it's going fast, so that if you watch the slowed up version, you do see like a straight up like flying saucer looking object in the daytime sky, you know, filmed from a plane by a regular person, you know? So, I don't know. But, yeah, I think this is going to be a crazy year. And crazy is just a lazy word to say, like, a bunch of other adjectives. I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be intriguing. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be controversial. It's going to be fucked up. It's going to be, you know, this is just going to be a weird year. It's an election year. There's just a lot going on.
Well, I welcome all of the weirdness.
Yeah.
And I'll keep bringing you this show as long as I got breath in my body.
Maybe you'll have an alien as a guest.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would
What do you think about the Miami aliens? I'm sure you heard about that. The 8-foot aliens at Bayside?
I heard about it, but I did not, like, I guess there's no footage. Or is there footage?
No. Like, short answer is no. There's really no, like, actual footage taken inside Bayside or whatever, but there's one particular clip that was like an aerial shot that I guess the helicopters are shooting or whatever. So there's this clip that people are saying this clip shows like an 8-foot shadow being. That's kind of more accurately how it's been described too, that it's not aliens, it's shadow beings or whatever. But so there's a clip
I've
where
had my
you
own
see,
experience with
you see
one
like
of those.
a movement of a big shadow. Like you do see something, but it can probably be explained in so many logical ways. The police actually broke it down. The one of the main police guys in Miami said, like, and this footage right here, this is simply a person walking.
Yes.
But the shadow, you know, sometimes your shadow does look 8 feet, you know?
Yeah, or bigger.
Just, yeah.
Depends on perspective.
But it was kind of interesting that they had, like, every single cop car out. I don't know what really happened there, but... And that's just one... There was also this, like, a few months ago, this report about, like, aliens that landed in someone's backyard in Las Vegas. Did you hear
I saw
about
that. Yeah, I went through and went down that rabbit hole, and I was like, all right, show me, you know. I'm still waiting to be shown, not told.
But wasn't there something where like the family kind of went missing afterwards?
That I don't think so, because like there was body cam footage from the cops,
Yeah.
and there was people's cell footage, and everything was like overlapped, and
Yeah.
but the cop was just saying like if these things come back, call someone else. It's like I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. I think that'll probably be the most interesting thing of this year. I think we're gonna see a lot. I think we're gonna see a lot unravel in terms of like aliens and things like that.
Yeah. The beings from other dimensions, different times, different realities, whatever.
I think that's what it is, man. I think the definition of alien is not so simple.
Yeah.
It's not like what planet are they from?
Yeah, it's
whatever,
not extraterrestrial. They're terrestrial, but they're just higher, lower dimension, out of time. I watch a lot of Doctor Who, so.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real. Science fiction is real. But we'll see. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting year. It's still only January.
A very interesting year.
That's the title of this.
And that's where we're going. Thank you guys for joining us on the Alligator Couch in the Alligator Yard. This is my alligator friend, Brenda Ryder.
See you later, alligator.
In a while.
Crocodile.
Alligator.